The whole building was buzzing. It was just a company opening, but they were making such a huge scene, even bringing in a helicopter. The crowd craned their necks, trying to see the small group of people standing in front of the company. Claire watched it all, feeling a little overwhelmed. She had invited a few people, but she wasn't close with any of them, and she definitely didn't know anyone who could afford to fly in on a helicopter. Someone in the crowd exclaimed, "Aren't those the legendary limited edition baskets from Celeste? A single one of those must be worth over $1 million. Wow, look at the flowers in those baskets. I've never seen anything like them. They're so beautiful. Those are Swiss tulips. The high-end ones are super expensive, each one costing thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. And look, there are blue enchantresses and Juliet roses too, all the rarest flowers in the world. You can't even grow these here. They have to be flown in from overseas. No wonder they sent a helicopter. They must have flown them into the airport from overseas and then brought them straight here. So, if you think about it, the Celeste basket itself is worth $1 million, and the rare flowers inside could easily be another $1 million. There are 20 baskets here, so that's over $40 million in total? Oh my God, now that's what you call a big shot. An opening ceremony with over $40 million just in flower baskets? Yeah, and those flowers won't even last long. They'll probably wilt in a few days. It's so extravagant. Mrs. Wilson, standing on the side, couldn't help but swallow hard. She loved gardening and had planted all sorts of flowers in the courtyard of the Wilsons' villa, but she could never bring herself to buy the world's rarest flowers, especially the classic red and white tulips from Switzerland, where a single bulb costs nearly $10,000. Wendy's eyes went wide. She whispered, "Grandma, I remember you always wanted those Swiss tulips, but you wouldn't spend the money. You only ended up buying a few hundred of those cheap Ohio tulips. How could they give Claire such an expensive gift?" When Mrs. Wilson thought of her own Ohio tulips, she knew they were a world away from these Swiss tulips. This made her even more jealous. She couldn't help but wonder if she could sneak a few away when they left and try to plant them in her own garden to see if they would grow. Just then, someone outside shouted, "Miss Doris Young, Vice Chairman of the M. Grand Group, Miss Waria Smith, the esteemed Salman White, Christian Knox, and the brilliant Dr. Tristan Finch. Congratulations on the opening of Madam Wade's company. We wish you a prosperous future." It wasn't just the Wilson family who was shocked. The entire staff of the Wingstar Tower was in disbelief. Even though the tower is owned by the M. Grand Group, the parent company rarely gets involved. They never expected the vice chairman and so many of Oris Hill's biggest names to show up at this unassuming building just for Claire's company opening. Having so many important people gathered at the Wingstar Tower was a huge honor for the building itself. It also made everyone wonder, what's the story behind this new company? How could it attract so many powerful people all at once? The Wilson family was also completely dumbfounded. They all wondered the same thing. How on earth does Claire have this much influence? Claire herself was stunned. Just hearing those names sent a wave of panic through her. After all, with the Wilson family's recent troubles, Claire knew she was just a poor newcomer starting a business. She had no real footing in Oris Hill. So why would all these powerful people show up for her opening ceremony? Could it be because of her husband, Charlie? Just then, the crowd of onlookers parted, clearing a path. Two beautiful women, Doris and Waria, walked in side by side, both smiling and dressed in impeccable business attire. Following them were Salman White with Gerald and Fred White, Christian Knox with Skylar and Stephen, and Tristan Finch with Fiona. Orville Hudson brought up the rear. Wendy stared at the scene, her face a mask of disbelief. Any one of these people was a major figure you'd rarely see in public. To see them all gathered here to celebrate Claire made her feel incredibly bitter. Before today, Wendy had her own pride. She was a young, wealthy socialite, considered one of the most prominent young women in Orris Hill City. With her stunning looks and great figure, she was seen as a true catch in the upper echelons of Orris Hill society. For so many years, she had competed with her cousin in everything. She thought she had found the perfect husband and would finally crush her cousin in every way. But now, everything she had paled in comparison to Claire. The person she was now felt like a total nobody next to her cousin. "Claire, what kind of dumb luck did you stumble into?" Wendy sneered, looking at Claire with raw jealousy. Claire didn't even notice her. She was in a daze. She couldn't help but turn to Charlie and whisper, "Did you invite them?" Charlie nodded. "I've helped them with energy alignment and read their fortunes. You could say we have a bit of a friendly relationship." Claire felt her head spin. She had told Charlie so many times not to get involved in that kind of stuff, not to scam people. But he never listened. Instead, he just got deeper into it, and now he was mixed up with powerful people he couldn't afford to cross. What would happen if they found out one day? She wanted to say more to Charlie, but before she could, Doris and Waria had already reached them. Waria was the first to speak. She gave Claire a subtle glance, then smiled and extended her hand. "Congratulations on your company's opening, Mrs. Wade. If the Smith family ever needs design work in the future, we'll be sure to ask for your help." She was clearly here to offer them business, yet she phrased it as if she were the one asking for a favor. The Wilson family was absolutely floored. How on earth did Claire get someone like Miss Smith to be so humble? Claire nervously reached out and shook Warnia's hand, saying with a flattered tone, "Thank you, Miss Smith." As they spoke, Waria looked at her, and Claire looked right back. Waria was about the same height and build as Claire, but she possessed a natural elegance, an air of nobility that Claire couldn't hope to match. Thinking about it, Claire couldn't help but feel a little insecure. Waria then said, "Mrs. Wade, you are Mr. Wade's wife, and he is my benefactor, so please, there's no need for us to be so formal with each other." Of course, they were here because of Charlie. Hearing this, Claire couldn't help but glance at her husband, who was being greeted by all these important people. A pang of jealousy hit her. Her husband, who could command so much respect from Miss Smith of the Smith family, was becoming more and more of a mystery to her. Next, Doris stepped forward, shook Claire's hand, and smiled. "Mrs. Wade, congratulations on a successful opening. The Grand Group has several projects, and we're looking forward to working with you." "Really?" Claire was shocked. When the Wilson family had landed that $1 million contract from the Grand Group, it was enough to send the whole family into a frenzy. If she could get even any contract from them now, it would be a massive success. Doris smiled warmly and said, "Of course it's true, Mrs. Wade. We currently have a total of nearly $3 billion in renovation projects. If your company can handle the volume, we'll assign them all to you." The Wilson family members standing nearby were practically green with envy. A $3 billion renovation project? All of it for Claire? Had the Grand Group lost its mind? A corporate giant like them coming here to grovel before a nobody like Claire? If the Wilson family could get just $30 million of that, it would be enough to get them back on their feet. Mrs. Wilson felt a sharp, bitter pang of regret. She finally realized what a powerful asset Claire was. If she had known, she would have gotten on her hands and knees to keep her in the Wilson house. Right then and there, she made a silent vow in her heart. "I have to get Claire back, no matter what it takes. And I will get that Grand Group project." At that moment, Solomon White also came forward, with his son Fred and nephew Gerald in tow. As soon as Solomon arrived, he offered a respectful greeting and said, "Mrs. Wade, we also wish you a successful business and great fortune. Also, Any future decoration business from the White Group will be yours." Claire, feeling overwhelmed, quickly said, "Thank you, Mr. White." Gerald and Fred also stepped forward, bowing deeply and saying respectfully, "Mrs. Wade, congratulations on your opening." Both of them were completely humbled, practically trembling at the mere mention of Charlie's name. After all, their family's recent good fortune was all thanks to him, so their respect for Claire was completely genuine. Nearby, Wendy watched the White family approach, her face a mask of conflicted emotions. Seeing Gerald, the man she had loved so deeply, made her heart ache with a bitter, unbearable pain. She was supposed to marry him, to become his wife and a daughter-in-law of the White family. But now, he was a total stranger. He had blocked her on everything and wouldn't even spare her a glance. What hurt the most was seeing Gerald, the man she loved, bowing his head and speaking so respectfully to Claire. In that moment, she felt like Claire had left her completely in the dust. Seeing this, Wendy finally snapped. She rushed forward and grabbed Gerald's arm, her eyes welling up with tears. "Gerald! Why haven't you been in touch?" Gerald's expression turned to ice. He pulled his arm free from her grasp and said coldly, "Sorry, but there's nothing between us anymore. I'm here to congratulate Mr. Wade and Mrs. Wade, so please show some respect." "Respect?" Wendy shrieked, looking as if she might collapse. Tears streamed down her face as she yelled, "Gerald! We were together for years. I was your fiancé. I was even pregnant with your child. And now you're telling me to show respect? You used me and threw me away. Where was the respect in that?"
Hey amazing viewers, it's Charlie here. Thanks for sticking with us. By the time of the release of this video, only 11% of our viewers have joined the party by subscribing, and 89% of you might miss out on our next mind-blowing video. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and join the exclusive club.